Hello, hello. I am back again today. How about that? See if I can get everything to work like I want it to work. And I hope that my sound is on. It looks good on my side of things. So I just hope it actually works like I intend it to do. I guess I'll figure that out eventually or soon, depending on if someone pops in and lets me know it actually is working. But just a few little clicks to get everything working the way I want it to, and I am soon all good. So David, you found me early. You usually do that. You're awesome. How about that? You found me this fast. How are you doing today? You still awake? I'm not sure I expected that, but you are here, so that's good. And that one's working, that's not working. Oh well, it is what it is. I'm just going to make sure that I don't have sound on phones and stuff. No need for disturbance there. Just because. So I'm just gonna continue working on the blanket that we started yesterday because I need it. Like, I have cozy sweater on, I have long sleeve whatever underneath, and I actually have my wheat pillow warmed up underneath the hoodie, hiding in my lap. So there's that. Hope you guys had a good day. I did go to the store. I have done some cooking. I have food for days, because I just cooked a lot today. So now I have food for several days. Already done. Like, I can't say it's leftovers because, well, I guess it's technically leftovers. I just made a lot of chili. So I have, I guess, lunch boxes. Ooh, I know what I didn't do. I need to, over here, I need to check something. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna copy that and go here and change this one. And like so. Okay, awesome. One more thing done. Yeah, so I have chili for days, and I also did get stuff to make soup. So when I make soup, I'm gonna have soup for days. I don't know if I'm gonna alternate chili one day and soup another day, but hey, if I cook big batches of food, I don't have to do cooking every day, so that's good. But this is only food I eat. Kids don't eat it, so I still need to cook for them. Hello, Rikke, how are you doing today? It's raining, and you had to frog. I don't like that you had to frog, and I don't like the rain, but you're cozy with the yarn, so that's good. I'm freezing. It's cold. I have wheat pillow in my lap, and hopefully I will have this blanket on my lap soon, because that's the plan. A little new lap blanket for hanging out here, because it's really nice and fluffy, so I hope it's also going to be warm. We shall see. But I am mixing yarn here just because I don't have so much of the fluffy yarn. So to make it last longer, or I guess, you know, grow bigger, I'm adding this little color in here for funsies. ABD, good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a while. Hope you're doing good. Mad about the rain since there have been solar flares, so northern lights should be visible, and now the rain or the clouds are in the way of that. Oh, that's no fun. The frogging is okay. You had gone too far up the front of the sweater. Yeah, it's still no fun to frog. Still no fun. I don't know how much you can tell about the difference in color. We have lighter, darker, brown, beige. This is the other color. So we have fluffy gray, and then we have the same shade-ish gray, or like dark gray. So we're not seeing that at all. It's totally melting into the fluff, but these colors are a little bit visible. I don't feel like we're seeing much of the light gray. A little bit perhaps, but so that's the second color. I think when I'm stretching it out a little bit, you can see the colors a little bit better. Like the darkest brown, the beige. Here's like the more silvery gray. You're on vacation in Missouri, so you can't hang around, but you want to say hi. Well, awesome that you took the time to say hi. Enjoy your vacation. Vacations can be really fun. Do you have good weather on your vacation? I hope so. Frogging makes the yarn last longer. I guess there's that. But also, the yarn, if you're unlucky, doesn't tolerate frogging too good and doesn't really, you know, look as good afterwards. So I hope it's a good yarn for frogging at least. Oh, what am I doing? I got that one. It's not supposed to be here. It's the outside of the cake. It just wanted to sneak in and say hi, I guess. The little specks that the lighter yarn's giving it, yeah, it's almost like tweed. You know, you're only getting a little bit of flex when you're using a tweedy yarn. So I guess it's similar to tweed. Yeah, Lollipop from Hobie is okay frogging. No, I have not used Lollipop because that's the one with the wool and acrylic, I think. But I have Horizon, and this one is awesome for frogging. I'm even okay with frogging this gray yarn. You can also find this at Hobie. Go Handmade Teddy. But it is like a braid. We looked at it yesterday, but it's kind of a braid. You see, it's a braid, and then the fluff is only on one side, so it's like a braid with a mohawk. So it is actually pretty okay to frog. I was worried, but this braided part is very, very, it's like a chain or a braid, but it is very sturdy, and it's kind of, can you see it's shiny? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to bump you, but it has a little shine to it. Okay, now I have shiny nails, but there's a sheen. So it's like a silky smooth little braid. Hello, Moonrose. Tossed all in ice tubs? Are you throwing ice cubes? Tossed all in ice tubs. I don't know. What are you doing? Horizon is a dream to work with? Yes, I do like Horizon. I did a blanket in pinks and teals, the Horizon, the something 6-day star supernova or some other blanket. It wasn't the 6-day star blanket. It was, I want to say supernova. It was a variation. Rita and her mom has that one now. The tealy turquoise and pinks is definitely their colors. Rita's mom is very pink and Rita's more for the teals and the blues. So it's perfect. It's the both of them in one blanket. They do have it hanging on, they have a bed lift to help her mom get in and out of bed, and it's on wheels, so when it's not in use they're rolling it over to the corner of the room, and it's so big and ugly, so it's all covered in the blanket, so they don't have to see that monstrosity all day. But the blanket is pretty to look at, so it's working as a double, hiding something and also being pretty, which I do like that. You use Horizon and Daily Stitch Mega for your skull blanket. Yeah, those can definitely work together. So that would be the regular Daily Stitch, not the XL, right? The DK. Sounds like what would be the same thickness. What color Horizon? I know you've showed me, I just don't remember which color. You're tired, Moonrose? You're gonna go take a nap? You do that. Yeah, the blanket is being put on display on the daily at Rita's. Very much so. The lilac one. Thunder. Is that the one that has lilac, blue, gray, and white or something like that? No, maybe no blue, but like gray, white, purpley. I don't know. Moonrose is trying to sleep and Dave is saying hi, so now she can't sleep. Moonrose, go huggle and snuggle some yarn and rest. Color number 7. The one I have here, if anyone's curious, color number 1. That's an easy one. Beige and, yeah, I guess brown and gray. So you're working on, what was it? You said a top or a cardigan or something? Have you finished some stuff recently? A sweater for your son's dad. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, winter is coming. We all need to cover ourselves in warm stuff. Maybe it's time for me to get a proper blanket going. I don't have a blanket in the making at the moment. Or do I? Well, I do have a trio blanket. I could work on that. How far did I get on that one? It's not... I don't know how warm it is though, because it's thin yarn, so it's not like big chunky warm. Hello Tam, how are you doing? Have you been busy with the printers today, or did you get to relax? Hope you're doing good. You can make anyone doze off when you're yapping. Yeah, so help Moonrose get some rest then. Write her a lullaby or a bedtime story or something. um, been busy gaming. Well, a rest day is a good thing too. It is needed from time to time. You finished about 4 beanies, 2 of them a gift for your bonus mom's 90th birthday. Wow, that's nice. Made a wrap she can use as a scarf. Oh, to match the beanies. And wrist warmers. You've been busy. Way more busy than I have been. I feel like I haven't been that productive this summer. But I have been so busy with kids and stuff. It's just a little bit of work here and there on whips, like the ponchos, and you can't really see the difference getting a row or two in on something like that. But I definitely have catching up to do, and now it's getting cold and rainy, and staying indoors is so much more reasonable, you know? You've been having a blast, ABD? That's nice. You've been there since Thursday afternoon. Oh, you're spending time with the girls. That's awesome. Oh, you're camping. Camping close to the girls. That sounds like a nice vacation. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in forever. We need to catch up. I'm really loving this gray fluffy yarn. I'm not loving having to use this big of a chunky 10mm crochet hook because it's heavy. My hand did not like this yesterday. Like, I felt it in my hand that it wasn't too happy. I guess it's a little not used to it as well, if that makes sense. Hello, Linda. Good to see you. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. I should probably alternate a little bit with how I hold the hook, even though this is so uncomfortable for me. But having a tired hand is not the best feeling. Also, I have been shopping vegetables and stuff for food today. So there was some chopping, and that is also not very helpful with tired hands and whatnot. At least not when you're doing it like big quantities of things. But I have been doing a lot of soups this summer. To the point where I just came to the conclusion that the pot I was using to make soup in wasn't big enough, so I went to buy a bigger one. Um, and you know, it was definitely one of those go big or go home. I want to say that the pot I have was like 8 liters, and next up from that is 10. I was like, that's not that big of a difference. 8 to 10. Yeah, no. So what's next? 15. It barely fits on my stove, but I can make soup for days. I made soup. Um, I yeah, it was so much soup. I gave some away. I put some in the freezer, and I have a very small freezer, so I'm kind of at the moment feeling like I need to put a new little like freezer box or something on my my Christmas wish list, because I'm kind of borrowing fridge space elsewhere because I can't fit everything in my own freezer. So yeah, that felt a little bit annoying. I do like to do like bulk batches of food and just, you know, pull it out of the freezer, heat it, and then nice. At least for when I don't have the kids. And also, I don't always like what the kids are eating, so sometimes it's just like, yeah, I'm so tired of kid food. Like, give me something else. More adulty food or food with spices and flavors, because they're not that much into that. Also, they want like meatballs, fish sticks, nuggets. Um, I'm kind of not in the mood for that. So, soup and chili, yes. But I wish I had somewhere to put it all when I do a lot of food at once. Very handy. I want to say that I probably have food as like lunch and dinner for probably 4 days from just one cooking session. Which is, I'd say that's a good deal. Spend a few hours in the kitchen and then you're set for days. I know not everyone can do that, like eat the same thing over and over and over. But then there's people that only eat one thing or two, so. But I'm probably going to make soup tomorrow because there was a good price on some of the vegetables and I don't want them to go bad. So I'm probably going to do the soup tomorrow and then continue to borrow freezer space. Yep. So I'm on the third. Yeah, I have 2 more of the gray. And I am very curious to how big this is going to be. Hello, Jonathan. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Have you you're home from work now, right? I think you are. You're usually up to work really early, so I would guess that you're back home by now. Or maybe you even had the day off. It's Labor Day for you guys, right? I did hear something about that yesterday, so some of you might have the day off. Oh, you're off today, getting ready for the fire department. I see. Have you been out doing a lot of investigations this summer? Like I've been so not hanging out on the YouTubes, and I've been missing out on a lot of stuff. I know a lot of people, you know, at least fiber people in Sweden. Everyone's out during the summer, hanging out outdoors and doing gardening and other stuff. And now when it's colder, it's back to being cozy indoors. But I don't know if that's the same for you guys, because a lot of you have good weather all year round, and also might not just be into gardening and whatnot. So hello Sunflower, good to see you. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a good day. Do you guys celebrate or anything for Labor Day, or is that just like a day off? Or is it celebrations and stuff too? It's been too hot for investigations? Investigationing this week. Oh, nice. Do you have a destination decided yet where you're going to be investigating? Back on the bridge? You seem to be liking that bridge. Or do you have anything else planned? You started your fiber arts journey by learning all about cotton yarns. And what have you come to conclusion about it? Do you like cotton yarns? What type of, you know, learning all about the yarns? Are we talking about yarn thickness or just cotton as the fiber itself? What type of learning about cotton is the most interesting part? Or like, what have you learned? Labor is a paid off time for you. That is nice. Or is it like the manufacturing process behind cotton, or like what type of information? You're thinking about going into a cornfield. In a cornfield. Well, I hope you don't disturb the crops or piss off a farmer. But in a cornfield. Do you think a lot of stuff can be going on in a cornfield? It wouldn't be my first guess of a place to like investigate for paranormal activity. Hello, Nifty. Good to see you. It's been a while. How are you doing? How's your summer been? Cotton yarn can be very stiff. Yes, they can. 100% cotton yarns are great for kitchen items. They are. Pot holders and well, I guess anything to like get out to not burn yourself on pots and pans. You just need to make sure it's a dense, fairly solid fabric, because you can get burned through holes. But it doesn't melt. It can be good for dishcloths and such, but it's also very nice for wearable if it's a softer cotton. Not all cottons are stiff. It's been a long time, Nifty, I do agree. You worked all summer, but it's good. Great. Do you have Labor Day off, or what's going on at your place today? Some cotton yarns are more absorbent than others. Yes, you have the mercerized and some other type of process you can put cotton yarns through. They are definitely not as good to absorb because they've been treated with something to make them more like shiny. Good for wearables, but not good for absorbing purposes. Hello, Robert. How are you doing? How is Robbie today? Good afternoon. Yeah, it's nice to see you. It's been a while. What are you working on today? Teacher Gigi. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you doing? I do not recognize your name. I'm happy to see some new faces in here. How did you find me? I'm curious. Do you crochet? Or are you teacher of something else? It's starting to get bigger. But I do worry that it's not going to be big enough. Fingers crossed, you guys. You're going to practice knitting stitches and techniques. You want to make a friend dome beer koozies and pop can cozies. Okay. Well, that's good for with cottons. He lives in Scotland. Yeah, that's far away. You're learning how to crochet recently. That's nice. Are you liking it so far? You're an enthusiast of both crochet and origami. Two things you love a lot, Nifty. That sounds fun. Can you combine it though? Like, I've done some origami-esque stuff when I was a kid. I know I did try to fold birds something, but I know I've done other stuff that was easier than that bird. Maggie Magoo, hello, hello. You're a new viewer. Well, welcome in. I popped up on your For You page. You're a crocheter and a crafter. I am just working on a blanket that I'm gonna have on my lap as I sit here and stream, because my apartment is very cold. So I need something to warm me up here. But I also got my hands on some new yarn recently. I did get 5 of this really, really fluffy yarn. And I'm really loving how soft and fluffy this is. But I don't think that the 5 of this is going to be enough to actually make something of a decent size. So there you see a little bit of flecks of color. I am adding this to it to kind of make it, you know, as a little filler. But it's also a nice color combination. So a blanket for my lap. Robbie is doing great. Awesome. You're working on Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory diamond art stuff. Oh, that is fun. Hello, Sonia. How are you doing? Did you have a good summer? I hope you guys had a good summer. Nifty, you're being very sweet. I'm highly talented crocheter. uh, you're very kind. But I do have plenty of different creations. That is true. It is very true. I have spent many hours crocheting these last few years, so everything's adding up in my collection. Hello, Stine! My world of crochet has entered the building. How are you doing today? So if I've decided what it's going to be, it's going to be a lap blanket for me sitting here freezing my butt off at the desk. If it's big enough, that's why I'm putting them together. So I'm 10mm crochet hook. Hand is not very happy about that, but doubling up to hopefully get the fluffy yarn to last to a decent size. I know I'm gonna have some of this left over when I'm done, so I might just do a border with whatever I have left of that to make it a little bit bigger. So the yarn I'm using is Teddy Go Handmade. You can find it at Hobie. I actually just bargain hunted and found this on my Facebook Marketplace locally here in town. And color number, well, it's gray. It says gray. It's a polyester yarn. And then Horizon Hobie yarn, color number 1, I think we said earlier. Yeah, color number 1. 100% premium acrylic. I do love this. Very soft yarn. So that's the yarn I'm using. You just finished a shawl for the car when you're driving. That is nice. You have colder months as well. Where are you at, Maggie? I'm in Sweden. It's cold here. So I definitely know about, you know, colder months. CNY. Hello, hello. You're just catching me live. You just got done with your own live. You're working on a mile a minute baby blanket. That's nice. Very nice. I haven't tried mile a minute. I've seen plenty, but I haven't tried it yet myself. Prayers for the size then. Yeah, I hope it's going to be a decent size. It just needs to be, you know, covering my lap, basically. But it would be nice if it's not just a little bit of a teeny thing. Because I got big thighs, okay? It needs to cover something. You're in Michigan. That's fairly up north, I want to say. So I can see that that is colder. Dog walking time. Yeah, get those puppies out. You're the one spamming the hearts. You had to clarify that today. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I see them. I see them hearts in the corner of my eye. Oh, now I have that end over here again. Messing around. And you got 30-minute driving, and then you can see the Canadian or Canada across the river. That's cool. Well, Michigan gets plenty of snow, I believe, right? Or maybe it depends on where you're at. But I want to say mountainy, cold region, kind of. Oh, that's not fair, Tam. Not fair at all. What are you talking about? 21 degrees, it's 14. That's more similar to what I have. But I only have 19.6 degrees in my apartment. It's cold. Prove me a liar. I don't know. Nightbot's not the most reliable source from time to time. You were just teasing me with warm weather because you know I don't like it being cold. You are trying to trick me to come there. Michigan weather is crazy. Freezing and roasting, raining and sunny, hail and snow, all of the weather in the same day. Oh, yeah, no, we usually have that in April, May. Hello, Suzanne, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're having a great day. I've actually seen that there's some trees here that started to change color already. I was not happy to see that. It feels too soon. Like, yeah, okay, it's September now, but like still too soon. Change leaves in like end of September. I'm fine with that, but not yet. Oh, LA definitely have better weather. For sure. I'm making a blanket for my lap. For under the desk. And that's one end. I'm just being sneaky with joining this since I have the other yarn being, well, I'm only changing one of the two yarns, so I'm just making a little knot, hiding it. You can't really see where the knot's at because of the fuzz anyway, so I'm not being too bothered. But you missed the label of which yarn? This one? Go Handmade Teddy is 100% polyester. So, well, yeah, I can give you more of a close-up because it's a very different yarn to what I've had before. Come on now. It's kind of like, I've said it's like a chain or a braid whenever it decides to focus soon. So it's kind of like a braid and then it's fluff out on one side. So it's a braid with a mohawk is my best way of describing how this yarn is made. It's like, it's got the mohawk side and it's like a braid or a chain. And it's polyester. And the other one's just a premium acrylic yarn. I have no idea what you could find that's similar to this. Feather yarn? I don't know if I'd call it feather yarn because it is the kind of like curly. It's more of a sheep's wool type of thing. Feather to me is more, I guess, the yarn that you'd call eyelash yarn, that is more straight. That would be more feathery to me. But maybe, I guess it's a curly type of feather. Never seen a curly type of feather, so I guess that's probably why it doesn't sound all right. But you might be right on that. I don't know what to call it. Plush teddy yarn? Like, I cannot understand how people can use this to crochet amigurumis. Because I did try some swatching of this yesterday and it was terrible and we ended up with this granny stitch 10mm because you can't see the stitches. Hello, Lulu. How are you doing this Labor Day? Are you having some relaxing yarny time? Or doing something else fun today? Nice to see you either way. Yeah, you enjoy hanging out in the scrap basket lurking. You're most welcome. It's a cozy place. You go hang out there. It's very odd to see me crocheting with a gigantic hook. It feels odd. You also get to see me switch around a knife hold and stab it because that never happens normally. Hello, Miranda. I do not recognize your name. So to me, you're a new person, which I really appreciate. I hope you're having a great day. Do you like to crochet? I'm making a blanket. Hopefully it's going to be big enough to just hang out in my lap when I am sitting here at the desk. I'm not sure. I might be a little short on yarn, but hopefully we're going to make it to a decent size-ish. Give you the crown? Yeah, you were very chatty yesterday. You earned it. Yeah, this 10mm is very awkward for me. I definitely not my comfy and normal self here. Like my go-to hook is a 3.25 and here I'm sitting with a 10mm. Like definitely uncomfortable. I have used it in the past, so it's not like totally new, but it's just, yeah. It feels odd. You are new. Well, I am happy that you found me. Are you crocheting at the moment? I know there's a bunch of crocheter that just likes to hang out and listen while they crochet and enjoy the company of someone talking. This blanket is just one of many things. I was working on the bunny yesterday and then I stopped because I needed to get the stuffing out. And I never got the stuffing out, so I'm not going to do that today either, I think. I don't know. You're surprised I own a hook that's this big? Well, I had to use it for the really thick chenille yarn when I made monsters for the kids. So there's that. You want to see me dance. You know what I'm going to do. You know I'm going to play it. But thank you, Tam. Oh, you're just awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Oh, so yeah, I own a 10mm hook. I do. It's not out and about very often though. That I can tell you. Like 6 is, yeah, you can see me use a 6 from time to time, but that's very rare. No Labor Day? Yeah, no. No Labor Day in... Oh, wait. I missed some stuff here. Oh, you just realized that Labor Day isn't a worldwide holiday? No, I don't have Labor Day either. I'm in Sweden, and my World of Crochet, she is in the Netherlands. There's no Labor Day there. We have we have holidays as well. We just don't have the same. Off to Google. You're cheating your way to the top chatter. Well, yeah, I guess that's a way too. Like top chatter, the little crown in the chat is definitely something you can work on with them. Not just the chatting part, but super chats and stuff is also like adding to those points. So to wear the crown in the chat, that is the way to go. However, I have been using the Nightbot calculation thingy-mabob for who's been the top chatter in the past, because we haven't had the crown feature thing in the chat, and Nightbot only counts the chatty messages. Nightbot does not count donations. Yeah, Netherlands doesn't have bank holidays. We don't have that either here. Sunflower, it's a blanket. It's a fluffy blanket. You're... I don't think it's a shock horror, damn. Everyone has their different holidays, but I totally get what you're what you're getting at. Well, like also something that's really something really fun. I've seen a lot of videos of Americans coming as tourists to Europe or like just other countries, realizing that we don't celebrate 4th of July because why would we? Or like other holidays, like we don't have Thanksgiving here. It's also not something we celebrate. Halloween has been picked up. Halloween is something that is growing here, but it's not everyone does Halloween stuff, but it's getting more and more popular. Because of course we also like spooky stuff, so why wouldn't we do spooky fun stuff? But it's not as big as all, like, yeah, no. Next public holiday for you is Christmas. Yeah, I think we don't have anything either before Christmas here. Not that is like a day off. Yeah, no, I think it's the same. Christmas. So the chat points for the crown, it's just chatting. The most active chatters is the people with the highest points, or donations, super chats and super stickers. That also earns points. But just being talky and active in the chat gives you points, and if you're chattier than the other people, you will be up on the top of those little, yeah, that's, I think that's why they call them top fans, or that they call them top fans. Yeah, we don't have Thanksgiving or Halloween. Well, Halloween it's getting there, you know. Trick or treat is, in some areas you see more of that, and we pretty much just have a little bit of decorations inside and a little bit of costumes and whatnot, but yeah, no, not a big thing at all. Your brain has been boozled. Christmas Day, second day of Christmas, New Year's Day, and then you get to wait until Easter. We have Christmas Day, second day of Christmas, New Year's Day, and then we have another one here. It is 20 days after Christmas. We call it 20 Knut. 13-helgen. Yeah, we have one day, like it's a week or so after New Year's there, we have a holiday day. And then I think we have something before Easter, but I'm not sure. I guess, yeah, no, I want to say we have something before Easter. And then there's a bunch of things going on in the following few weeks after that. And then we have the Swedish National Day is in there. Yeah, there's we have plenty of days off during the spring, early summer. Yeah, Tam created a new channel. He accidentally removed his old channel, or deleted, I should say. Very sad. Second day of Christmas, yeah. So we actually celebrate Christmas on Christmas. What is it? You celebrate Christmas on Christmas Day. We celebrate on Christmas Eve. So yeah, we celebrate in the afternoon or like the midday of Christmas Eve at 3 o'clock, 3 p.m. Pretty much the whole nation of Sweden stops and everyone sits down in front of the TV to watch Donald Duck and his friends wish us a Merry Christmas. And that is a couple of Disney movie, like good classic ones, and then also like some new from like this last year, whatever movies has been released. Yeah, so at 3 o'clock on Christmas Eve, Sweden watches Donald Duck and his friends. And it's pretty much the same thing every year. Donald Duck being out trying to take pictures of birds in the jungle, and then there's the woodpecker all over. Yeah, that one. So, and then after, well, food first, Donald Duck after, and then we open Christmas presents, and then we eat leftovers for days. But yeah, we do have the 2 following days off. Yeah, also Finns also celebrate on Christmas Eve. Yeah, I'm not sure what Boxing Day is. You got Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, MLK. What is that? Valentine's Day is not a day off. You're making candy corn? I have never had candy corn. You love Donald Duck. Yeah, Donald Duck is way bigger here than oh, now I can't remember the name. I remember her, Minnie Mouse, but Mickey? Yeah, they're not as big in Sweden. Donald Duck is our go-to Disney character here. Kris Kringle. What is Kris Kringle? Never heard of. Denmark celebrate Christmas Eve. The Dutch don't seem to have much traditions. Okay, so yeah, the Dutch stuff. You don't even celebrate Christmas? It's just another day? Boxing Day is the day after Christmas for throwing the boxes out according to Victorian traditions. Okay, well, I guess it makes sense. Oh, Kris Kringle is another word for Santa. Never heard. Martin Luther King Day? Never heard of. Well, I've heard of Martin Luther King. I didn't know he had a day. You're learning more here than you'd learn in the first week of school. You start high school tomorrow and you've been in college for 2 weeks now. Well, I'm happy to give you some insights of traditions and I guess days off in other parts of the world. Because we ended up there. You know, the conversations here with me, I am very much all over the place, and I don't just talk about crochet. Crochet is what I love, crochet is what brought us all here, but the conversations are anything and everything, and not always very family friendly. But it's all fun and games and laughs and giggles. So, yeah. I have a tendency to derail, and yeah, we get a little giggly sometimes. Boxing Day is second day of Christmas. Do you celebrate the festival of? Oh yeah, okay. So we have Saint Lucia. That's what you're calling it. It's not a day off or anything, but we do have we call it Lucia Tåg, which is like a walking singing choir. So someone gets to be dressed out as Lucia, which yeah, she gets to have a big crown of lit candles, and she's first in line. And after her, there's a bunch of girls with just a candle holding. They're holding one candle each, and then there's usually boys with. Okay, don't take this the wrong way because it's not. But some might see references. They are all of them are dressed in white robes, and then the boys has like a stick with a star on it. They're holding just a stick with a star, and then they have pointy white hats with gold stars on them. But I know, like, all dressed in white and white pointy hats, some people might think differently about what that might be, but it has nothing to do with that. So that's just how it is. And then some people are dressed up as gingerbread cookies, or gingerbread cookie men, and then a few people might be dressed up as gnomes. But it's all like special songs. You can usually see these Lucia Tågs on like in schools, in like old folks' homes. Every city usually has their own like city Lucia, which is also something that we get to vote for. A couple of weeks ahead of time, there will be like posts in newspapers of pictures of all the girls that wants to be first in line with this big crown. It's a very traditional thing, but people get to vote, and I've actually been there. I did wear the crown once in my local church at the time. So I have had the honor of almost getting my hair burned, because that is something that occasionally happens. There's also like a more nationwide stuff going on with someone doing it on TV. It's just, yeah, that's a big thing here. Yeah, 13th of December, that's the same day. It's not celebrated in the Netherlands, but it's celebrated with light shows in Denmark at schools and nursing homes. Yep. St. Patrick's Day, nope. Giggle is one of Amanda's middle names. Maybe, perhaps, a little bit. I do agree. There's plenty of giggles when the mood is right. Knowing the Vikings, you probably sacrificed the white-robed woman after. Well, I'm still here, so I didn't get sacrificed. Everyone's Irish on St. Paddy's Day except us Scots. We're still Scottish. You're always Scottish. Your grandma's parents immigrated to the US from Sicily. Yeah, Lucia was a saint, and I think she was from Sicily. So yeah, she was a saint. Saint Lucia, I think, was something like that. We just say Lucia because that's the Swedishified pronunciation, I guess. Good night, Rike. Sweet dreams. Go snuggle the dogs and talk to you soon again. Poor school children. Once the new year hits, the kids in the US don't really have a full week of school for forever because of all the holidays. We have, well, schools are out between pretty much mid-December till mid-January. We don't only have like summer break, we have a mid-winter break in schools here. So that's just what it is here. It's like, is it 3 or 4 weeks of no school? It's just holiday. We also do have 1 week in, is it the beginning of November where school's out? It used to be called the, like a potato break. Or like it was school was out because kids needed to be home and help out with the harvest. So it was, yeah, late October, early November. It was like a harvest break. So all the kids was out of school to help out on, home farms. So that's like from way back when. I don't know how long ago that break was. And then there was a break in February from schools for a week. And then Easter is also 1 week there. And is it like 10 weeks in the summer? I think. The Lucia song is apparently original Italian, and you've just translated into our native languages. There's plenty of different songs that I see as like Lucia songs, so yeah. Potato break. You get Thanksgiving break, winter break, midwinter break, and spring break with holiday breaks in between. Are all of those like full weeks though? Because Thanksgiving, is that like a full week out of school? Because the ones I'm talking about here is like full weeks where schools are closed. Like schools are closed, but like daycares and stuff are open. So not every parent can take the weeks off. So they still have possibilities for like childcare. Even for older kids, there's childcare available. So yeah, okay, that one. Yeah, there's a bunch of different songs that we have to memorize for different type of holidays. There's songs that needs to be sung on the last day of school before Christmas and the last day of school before summer break. It's kind of like not a ceremony, but a little bit, everyone gathers, there's some songs and there's some speeches from teachers, and then it's break time over Christmas and for the summer. Midwinter one is just an extremely long weekend. No, he's singing. He's not talking, he's singing. Is Squiddy enjoying your singing? It's so squishy and fluffy. He just snorted. Good night, Stina. Sweet dreams. You don't know what to say anymore, Maggie? Well, I'm happy that I can, you know, I don't know, shine a light on other things going on in other places. Weird traditions. You have weird traditions that, or weird to me traditions. I have learned through my time through YouTube, not just, you know, me doing live streams or hanging out in other people's live streams, but just like content overall. There's plenty of things to be found out on the YouTube streets that makes me giggle with just, I guess, people reacting to things that they're not used to. Like Americans reacting to, or like American tourists in Europe for the first time, or like culture shocks. I do love the culture shocks. It can be very entertaining. So yeah. We've had a couple of very, very fun conversations about food here in the past. Weird foods from around the world. Sweden has one of the most smelly foods out there. I don't like it. I'm not going close to it, but we've got fermented herring, which is a popular thing. You can see people eating that for the first time all over YouTube with a variation of results. Very fun. Crab night. Crab is okay. I do prefer shrimps and crayfish. I might still be here later. I guess it depends on how long it takes for you to eat your dinner. You never know with me. Sometimes I'm here for hours. Yesterday I was here for like 6 hours. Cream for crabs. That's a different type of crab, damn. Wow. You went there. You really went there. Well, yeah, okay. I don't blame you. It's late. Yeah, you totally went there. There was no debate about that. I, I didn't think he would because the thought didn't cross my mind. I was talking food. I was so invested in the conversation about food. I did not think outside of that. No. Speaking of foods, or something to stuff my face with, how about we go for a Dove chocolate and see what little message the chocolate has for me today? We had one yesterday, so we need a message of the day. I don't even remember what we had yesterday, but I know that there's there's been times where I've had the same message in a couple in a row. So what do we have? Small steps can still walk miles. Go your own pace. It's just chocolate, Tam. You got Nutella? I didn't know. I could have said ice cream. I don't think I've ever had Turkish Delight. Yes, I went there. Sorry. Not sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Too easy. What's my favorite dinner meal? Ooh, that's a tricky one. I guess it depends on whether I'm cooking it myself or if I go out to eat. But also, what would be my favorite? You want to order something? Well, when I'm doing like when I'm actually treating myself to food out of, in my opinion, it's on, you know, the pricier scale for me, you know, because just ordering out is kind of more like, you know, a pizza or something. But it's not my favorite. Greek food is definitely more my thing. So yeah, like chicken with Greek style fries, or like yeah, tzatziki. So I do love Greek food. Um, but if I'm cooking myself, seafoody stuff. Like my sandwich cakes, I would have that breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You were building a cheap wooden train kit yesterday, and you finished it. That's awesome. Definitely not, Tam. Nope. Nope. I have been to Greece plenty of times as a kid, so I think maybe that's why I do love Greek food. Because of all the summer vacations and all the Greek food in my childhood. Like I went there pretty much every summer for a bunch of years. I like chicken. Yes, I said it. Chicken with fries. Greek style. But that's not what you said. Now I'm in the mood for sandwich cake. I don't have a reason to make one. I don't have anything to feel celebratory about. Oh yeah, the Google Translate did definitely not translate it. Yeah, I don't know what you were trying to translate, but what you wrote was, yeah, no. It was not food. It was bad words. I don't even know how you'd manage to mistranslate into that from chicken. Yeah, no, that's not what you said. But yeah, no, chicken balls, that's, meatballs is one thing, and chicken is a different thing. When I have meatballs, I want meatballs, not plant-based meatballs or whatever they're calling them now. You can do a reverse Google Translate on that and see what if it works out better for you. Tunnock's tea cake. Tunnock's? I have not heard of that. Maybe Tam has heard of it. They moved their factory. They threatened to move their factory. And they didn't. But you still don't eat there because they threatened to do it. I get it. Well, he seemed to like it before they threatened to move their factory. So I would guess he'd like them at some point. Yeah, we're not going to get Tam frustrated over politics today. I don't think I've ever had a tea cake. Oh, you might get some stuff from Scotland to try out. Well, Tam might have some good suggestions of things that you might not want to miss out on, so. Exactly, what's a tea cake? Explain. Is it good with ice cream? It's a biscuit base with marshmallows on it covered in chocolate in the shape of a snowball. They're called snowballs in other places. Yeah, no, doesn't ring a bell. Don't think we have anything like that here. You're gonna send me a picture so I can show? Okay. Milk chocolate or dark chocolate? Good question. If they're supposed to look like snowballs, maybe it's white chocolate? Or like covered in some type of, I don't know, shredded coconut or something? Milk. I'm so loving the texture of this. It's so nice and fluffy. Can you see it? Very like teddy bear-esque. Okay, so it's very much filling, not a lot of biscuit, and then a very thin layer of chocolate on that. I'm not sure I'm liking that ratio. More cookie and a little bit more chocolate, and I think it would be good. We have something similar here, or similar looking, but I don't know if it's close to it, because I wouldn't call it the stuff in the middle of it marshmallow. But also more different type of bottom thingy, and yeah, some, but also like sprinkled with shredded coconut on top, and they're like more pointy. They're not round. No, not like macaroon. No. Um, mm, no. I'm trying to find a picture here, but it's not. So they kind of look like this, but the bottom is different, and you see they're like pointy and covered in coconut, shredded coconut. And some might not even have biscuits on the bottom. They might just be chocolate, like chocolate covered, whatever this white stuff is. But I wouldn't call it marshmallow. It's like a foam. You'd try tea cakes if they had dark chocolate ones. More chocolate and less marshmallow. Lonnet whips minus the lonnet and plus coconut. Never heard of that, so I have no clue, but if you say so. I don't even know how to pronounce it. You have those around Christmas? Yeah, like the fluff inside. Like, I don't know what marshmallow is made out of, but this is like a foamy. It's kind of like an egg white, foamed up egg white something something. And it's kind of stiffened a little bit. I don't, yeah, that doesn't, like, marshmallows to me is not just like foamy egg white. I actually don't know how marshmallows are made, but I have marshmallow fluff, and that is not the same. Or I don't have marshmallow fluff. We have those at the store, and I've tried it, but it's not the same as what's in those. Yeah, no, it's not whipped cream. Walnut whips. Yeah, that's definitely different. Your fingers are drunk, the rest of you are not. What did you do to your fingers? Have you been playing around with like paint thinner or something and your fingers have been soaking that up? Because I know that could not be good for your health if you sniff it too much and whatnot. So do not recommend. Yeah, you should probably not wash your hand in paint thinner. Just, you know, friendly advice. I don't think it's good for you. I'm not feeling as cold anymore, so I do like that. I'm not freezing my butt off anymore. I even removed my wheat pillow. I didn't feel like I needed it. Who's so cozy in my scrap basket today? Or did everyone fall asleep to my soothing lullabies? No, I'm just kidding. I bored you to sleep. No, you didn't break the chat again. You did not. It usually happens when I go slightly quiet. But I also go quiet because the chat goes silent. No, I'm just kidding. It's all good. I can ramble to myself. One of the perks of being here, just, you know, if I'd sit here talk to myself, people think I'd crazy, but I'm here talking to myself, but you guys are listening, so I can't really say that I'm, you know, crazy, because I'm talking to someone, I think. You know? So I can't say that there's like some insanity or anything going on here. I see plenty of people popping in and out, not saying anything. There's always people lurking in the bushes. But there's always a possibility that someone's listening, so I don't feel as lonely, which is good. So I'm almost done with the fourth of the 5 skeins of this fluffy yarn, and I did start the this one not too long ago because you guys saw me add that in. So I've been here for like an hour 40 and pretty much used the full skein and then some. It's working up fast, but it's not that much in each skein. They're small. What was it, like 65 meters, like 70 something yards per skein. Works up fast with a big hook. You have to do a live stream to make up 30 quid, because when your channel was deleted you had like 36 quid left to be paid out, and then there's the 60 pound payout minimum, and you're not letting YouTube have your money. Well, I can see that, but you don't have to like set all of that up again because you already had the AdSense account and whatnot. You just have to connect it to the new channel. Makes sense. You gonna do that soon? Because I know you like to do your Christmas and New Year's streams, but I have a feeling you're not gonna wait that long, are you? Oh wait. You've been watching my fingers work and you think you know where you're going wrong? Well, you're welcome. I have no idea how I helped you, but I'm happy that I apparently helped with something. Last one! Last fluffy one going in here. So, attaching new yarn. Is it easier to see what I'm doing with the large hook? I can imagine that it's maybe easier to see compared to when I'm using my small hook and my thin yarn and all of that. So I guess there's other good things with switching up yarns and stuff. But yeah, I have been holding my hook different ways today, so maybe that helps as well to see me do something differently than what I normally do, with holding the hook as well as just, I don't know. Does it make sense? I hope so. Well, let me know, and I'll be there, Tim. Just let me know. I've actually seen people being slightly vocal about not being able to look at crocheters that hold their hooks differently to what they do themselves. So people that prefer to hold it like this, like a knife and stab. There's some that don't like to look at people doing this pencil hold that I normally do, and vice versa. And I had no idea that people were having issues with that. Like I do feel it looks weird to see people holding it differently, but not to the point where I was like, no, I can't watch this because it you know, annoys me or frustrates me to see that. It's just it's different and it just feels odd to me. But there's apparently people that just can't stand it. Sounds good. Sounds really good, Tam. If I could be there, I will. Thank you, Suzanne, for thumbing up over there. Yeah, I do still have 2 live streams going, even though one is more chatty than the other. Like all the chats going on the horizontal live stream, and the vertical live stream is very quiet in the chat, but you can do thumbs up on both sides if you feel like it. I appreciate that. The vertical seems to be shared more, so we get some new people coming in from there, and then the hangout is more of what's going on the horizontal. You do get to see different views. Like on the vertical you see my hands, but on the horizontal you see much more. You get to see like what's going on the sides, but also my face if you're curious to what I look like. You get to see that as well. And also, if I'm talking to someone and you don't see them talk in the chat, it's because they're in the other chat. Very simple. But both live streams are on YouTube, so easy to find. Right. That is true. Monetization issues. Because you have to start all over with that. Since everything got deleted, you don't have anything left. That's frustrating. So is this you starting all over again and coming back? Or will you let YouTube take your money? Decisions, decisions, decisions. I bet you're thinking really hard about this one. Well, I wish you good luck with trying to figure that out, either way. Look in the like if you would terminate your Google AdSense, whatever, if they would do a payout of whatever's left in there. If you just like terminate everything. Because maybe that's the easy way to go. I need to figure out, because I haven't been paying attention, how many rows I can get without having to play yarn chicken at the end here. But yeah, this blanket's not going to be that much bigger with this fluffy yarn, so we're going to figure something out soon. I hope it figures itself out for you. For sure. So when I run out of fluffy yarn, I can either just carry on with the other strand I have with the horizon, or I find something else to add in. That is a good question. How should I do this? I feel like only going horizon and downsizing hook would be nice in some ways. I just don't know what type of stitch I'd have to do for it to not be very wonky in shape with the different hook sizes and the chain, yeah, the change of yarns. You're too tired for this? Yeah, you go cuddle, Squiddy. That sounds like a great plan. Sweet dreams. Really nice that you wanted to come and hang out, as always. Always fun to hang out. I'm definitely feeling curious to how I should proceed when I run out of fluffy yarn. So I kind of feel like I need to finish the fluffy yarn here. It needs to be done. So the fluffy yarn I just switched. So I just kind of started this one. So out of the 5 skeins I have 1 left. And the other cake is looking like this at the moment. So there's still quite some yardage, meterage left. Yeah, my lighting is messing stuff up because the yarn is actually gray, but it definitely looks like blue or green or something with the lights. Lights is messing everything up. We could play around. I'm gonna look crazy, but okay, now we have, wait. I would say that's more true to color. Yeah. But now my face looks like different on the other one. But it definitely feels more true to color. Yeah. And gray and beige. The lightest one is like a creamy beige, and then we have like a light silver gray. It's always a little bit of a hassle to try and figure out the lighting situation. But at least the yarn is looking like it should, I think. So what are you doing, Suzanne? It feels like you're keeping your hands a bit busy and a bit quiet today. Knitting. Yeah, that will do it. That will keep your hands busy. You have apple crumble in the oven. Ooh, yummy. Yeah, sometimes you just need to treat yourself. So that sounds like a good thing. I'm realizing that this blanket is kind of matching my coziness here with my hoodie, because it's also like gray with the flecks, because we got the flecks in here, and I have gray with, well, it may be not the same, but it's gray. So that's a good combination, I'd say. And Well, I know I can get at least one more row in, no problem. Since I just got the new skein out. We will have to assess when I've done another row of possibility of making one more row, or if it feels like yarn chicken is cutting it too short, you know, or too close. I should end the blanket after I use up the fluffy, but I think it's way too small. That's the thing. I think it needs to be bigger. We shall see. Frog and make a scarf and hat for Minimi? Nope. Yeah, no, it's not gonna be made into anything other than something for me to cuddle with. And we're too invested in this now. Almost done. So it's gonna be this blanket. When I was swatching this fluffy yarn yesterday, I was like, I can't do anything but granny cluster stitch with this because it was terrible to see the stitches. So making a hat out of granny clusters is, I don't know, too holy. Too much gaps in it to work as a good hat, I think. And I wouldn't be able to do anything else because it's just terrible to see the stitches. I did realize that. Amigurumi is in this yarn. The people that does it, they're crazy. I'm not even gonna go close to that. But apparently people have done that, so it's doable. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's definitely easier to knit with yarn like this, but I don't knit, so there's that. Hello, Andy. Good to see you. How are you doing today? What are you up to? The rain was messing with me? That is crazy. Making me stutter? Silly rain. At least I didn't get wet. Not to my knowledge. I'm not feeling wet. You got antibiotics for an infection? I hope you feel better soon. Like really soon. And Sunflower's back. Awesome. Did you get a lot of cleaning done in your craft room the other day, Andy? Or the other day, yesterday? It wasn't that long ago, because it was yesterday. You were tidying up a little bit. I hope you got some done. But if you're not feeling good, then maybe you didn't get as much done as you were hoping. Oh, you fell asleep instead of cleaning? That's also okay. But you got some rest, and maybe that helps with you feeling better. So that's also a good thing. You missed out on Stacy talking about her new pincushion. She got inspired by me. But she only sent pictures. You saw the picture. I did get to show that to everyone. But hers wasn't full of pins when she sent the picture. The type of yarn you love to use and pincushion design inspired by me. We're creating a monster. It's gonna be a blanket. It's gonna be a blanket for my legs here. It's very fluffy and cozy. I wish she would have sent a picture when it was full of the pins, but she didn't. She winged it, her own creation, so I'm very proud of her. She didn't follow a pattern. She's like, yeah, this looks decent, and she made a cactus. Just like I did. So what's the plan for today? Just sit and rest and hope the antibiotics kick in soon? Or are you actually going to try and do the cleaning and stuff that you didn't get done yesterday? So you taking a few days off to just rest? Oh, you're gonna do some live to finish an octopus. Yay! Do you have a guesstimation on when you are planning to do that? Double size one? So big one. Soon-ish, okay. Because you're usually doing stuff fairly late. Like, I don't know, 2-3 hours from now is at least what I remember the time would be when you'd start. I think. Yeah, about 2-3 hours from now. Usually, okay, yeah. So it's still kind of like that. Or maybe not today. You said soonish because early. While you still have energy. Oh, you're gonna get sleepy from meds? So better start soon to not fall asleep midstream. That would be not the best. But who knows? There's people out there that likes to watch other people sleep, so new niche. You want to venture down the rabbit hole of having people watch you while you sleep? I'm not sure I would be comfortable with that. But there's some people that do that. It is weird. But there's people for everything out there. So it is a square. Let's get some measuring something out. I do have a measuring tape that now has inches. I didn't have that before. So we're kind of at, I don't know, 67, 68 centimeters or something like that. So like around 26 inches. But I'm not done yet. But that's where we're at now. Kind of baby blanket size. Stretchy fingers time. Okay, where did I drop the hook? Over there. Welcome back, David. Your internet, or the rain is messing with your internet by the sound of it. Stupid weather. But you got back. That's what counts. That's the important stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna look at this 10mm hook for some time after I'm done with this, I'll tell you that much. It's going back into the box where it was hidden away for some time. We don't need to look at it anymore. Because it's not a friend of mine. It's too big. And yes, that's what she said. You heard it. There's such thing. It's too big. You didn't say anything? No, I did. I did it so you didn't have to. I don't know how far we have left on this row, but I'm kinda thinking we might get one more row out of this skein. Looks like a possibility. Maybe a little bit. So get out of here. Why did you decide to get all tangly now? That's the first. It's been behaving and not tangling, so. But of course it had to. It couldn't just be behaving all the way through. Maggie's back. Welcome back. Did you enjoy your dinner? I am getting closer and closer to running out of the fluffy yarn. It's not that bad. I still have some time to go before I'm out of fluffy yarn, but I am on the last skein. Crab night is a feast in your house. Do you have crab often? We have crayfish. Is very traditional this time of year in Sweden. We have crayfish parties. You probably eat crab once a month or so? Do you have a lot of good, like locally fished, caught, fished, crab? It's been a while since I had crayfish. It's kind of, well, can't really say it's on the pricey side. It is pricey, but I've had crayfish tails in my sandwich cakes, but not just like the actual crayfish party style, eating the whole animal. I don't know what to call them, but yeah. You buy crab in bulk at the wholesale supplier, so you get a lot. You got a big family, so you buy everything in bulk. crabs for everyone. Maybe it is too close. Maybe this is the last row. Looking at it and feeling the little bit of yarn left, I think we're at the end. Whatever is on sale. Yeah, buying sale stuff is it's good. I do that too. I love a good bargain. Just like with this yarn here. All the fluffy yarn that I've been using for this blanket, as well as the colorful, well, it's colors, alright, but it's maybe not the most, yeah, it's neutrals. But this cake of yarn, 5 skeins of the fluffy yarn, and then 2 little skeins of cotton yarn for like $10 on Facebook Marketplace. It's a bargain. The stripy cake, that one alone costs like double if I just buy it or order it, because it's I don't have one of those stores close to me. They're all in Denmark, and I think there's some in Germany, but Hobie is a Danish store, which I order from a lot because Denmark and Sweden is very close, and sometimes I even get like overnight shipping. So it is my favorite place to go. No sponsors or affiliates or whatever. I just love Hobie, and I get most of my yarn from there. Before, I'd say my collection of yarn was like 95% Hobie yarns, but it has been getting mixed up with other types of yarns through gifts and, you know, giveaway winnings and such. So I do have more American yarn now than I had in the past. And Bulgarian yarn, some ice yarn. Yeah, I'm just getting more of different things. Not all Hobie anymore. When you're on board a ship, you go to the fish harbor, the skipper or mate will get fresh fish, crab or mussels for the lunch break. That sounds nice. I'm not much for mussels. And I've actually never tried oysters. I actually have some yarn that was from the Joanne clearance, whatever. I didn't get purchase that. There was yarn that was purchased. Rita, my dear friend here on YouTube's, she has some connections in the US. She has a few people in the US that helps her to purchase yarn, or if there's like giveaways, she wins giveaways, she gets that sent to addresses in the US, and then from time to time she gets it shipped over here. So she did some shopping at Joann's. There's been some shopping at Walmart, and some of that yarn has been ending up at my place. So I have some of those yarns. So I have this, and it's not enough for another row. It is very, very little left. So that is not enough. I still have this much. So question is, where do I go from here? Finish off the fluffy yarn and just not cutting the other one feels reasonable, but what to do? I'm gonna do this first. I'm gonna just finish this row, like attach them together, and squiggle my fingers down in this little stash of stitch markers and get a stitch marker out. Okay, so here it is in its full size. Get that measuring thingy out again. Move stuff around. Oh, come on now. Behave. Be nice. There. So, stretch it out a little bit because it's shrinky. Okay, so what did we have? Okay, yeah, so 68-ish, 60, almost 60, no wait, maybe I stretched it, but like 70 centimeters, and that's like, what, 27 inches? Does it fit on my lap? Well, it's feeling small, looking at it like this, and it's just a full square. So, the question is, how does it feel here? I kind of want it to be more like down on the sides, maybe. Guess it depends on how I sit, because it's not covering much, which you can't see, but just feeling it a little bit here. I don't know. Maybe I need to ponder that more. Okay, I'm gonna do this for now. I'm just gonna put everything to the side, and I'm gonna think about it, and maybe I'll have a decision tomorrow or something. Yeah. So what's next? While we think about what to do next, we can look at that one, because that one's just gorgeous. And water, yes, hydration, and some thinking. I really love this yarn. I don't know if I want it to be used up. At the same time, I want it to be used up. If it's going to be used up, my mom's going to knit me a hat. Thank you for hanging out, Andy. Are you running away to do your own thing now? Because maybe it's, you know, redirect and stuffs. If that's what you're doing. Yeah, I can maybe find something to add to it. I don't know. We shall see. What else could I do? Plenty of things. What else do I want to do? It's 1:27 a.m. Or you might nap. Naps are also good. And needed from time to time. So totally okay. Especially, you know, antibiotics. Rest. Feel better. Should we swatch another yarn? Is that what we're doing? Because I do have this one, and I don't know what we're doing with this. But I did get this to try it. Yes, 1:27 a.m. I'm in Sweden. I've been here for 2.5 hours. Like, was it 11 or something when I started? I am a night owl when I can. When my kids are home, they dictate hours and whatnot. But then again, I don't live stream when my kids are home. It's only 7:28 p.m. Well, yeah, it's September 2nd for me. Yay! No yarn bar for anything. Do you see? I just got this very easy out. There's no easy pull tab, but I want to say that's a success. Very much a success. Right, it did say on this one, and I thought this was crazy. I want to say that it said 4 millimeters on a super fine. 56% cotton, 35% acrylic, 9% polyamide. 100 grams, 3.5 ounce, 430 meters, 470 yards. But super fine and 4 millimeter. That does not work in my head. This thickness of yarn, like, okay, 3.25, sure. 3.5, yeah. But 4? Yeah, definitely sock yarn. That's summer socks is what I'd say you could do with these. But since I don't knit and I don't have a good crochet sock pattern for like thin socks, only for like thick woolly socks or more like slippers. So that's, yeah, I don't know what I'd do. What do I have here? 3.25. Yes. Okay, so what are we doing? That's the thing. Swatching it into, because it's not enough to really make a shawl. Clothing with 1. I think it's going to be a tricky one. Shawlette. I kind of just want to swatch it to see the colors because it's really, really pretty. Like a bluish gray and these like really nice green colors. It's awesome. But I have no idea what it's going to look like. So oh, you finished your candy corns. Nice. You have to sit down and embroider faces. Asymmetrical scarf. I guess that could be a thing, but just getting a feel for the yarn here. I have no plan at all. It's feeling really, really soft. So yeah, I think it's not just, yeah, it's premium acrylic. It's not just acrylic. It's a premium acrylic cotton polyamide blend. I'm just thinking. There's so many things I could try and do, and if I really like it, how it turns out, I could always get more. It's feeling buttery smooth, I'll tell you that much. Yeah, no, I was just frozen in my own thoughts. Okay, I'm really loving how it is feeling. I can definitely see myself getting more of this yarn. Unfortunately, it's a little bit on the pricey side. It was on sale, but also my mom bought it for me. So it was a gift, kind of. She was placing an order and I was so curious about this yarn. I've been thinking about it forever. And I decided that I wanted to try it, and since she was placing an order, I was like, can you just throw one of those in your cart, because I want to feel it and just take a look at the color. And yeah, I definitely could do a, I don't know, a blanket amount of this yarn, or a cardigan. I would not be sad if I got more of this. I have plenty of yarn, I don't need it, but I can definitely recommend it if you want a buttery smooth thin yarn with some fun colors. Okay, so it is slightly slippery. I did close the center and it did kind of want to open itself up, so that's what buttery smooth yarn can do. It's like slightly silky. Can you tell? Okay, maybe like that. You see that there's like the blue and we're starting to get the green. Maybe that's better, yeah. But the yarn has, I want to say it's maybe the polyamide that has this little white effect going through it all. For being majority cotton, 56%, it doesn't feel like cotton at all, really. It just feels very silky smooth. Stretchy, which you don't really feel in cotton yarns. Silky smooth and slightly shiny. There's a little bit of a sheen to it. But also, yeah, there's white going all through it. Yeah, definitely good sock yarn. I would agree. You do see the white here. You can see the white twist all through it. Way better this way. Maybe I should ask Rita to knit me a pair of socks. Like, I definitely see that this would be great socks, but I want to play with the yarn myself. So maybe she needs to get another skein for that. I don't know. I need to think about what it's gonna be though, because I can definitely see some wearable of this, something nice flowy drapey. But I'm on the fluffier side, so one skein's not going to be enough. And if we're talking like, you know, beachwear, it's definitely too stretchy. I would not recommend this for that type of garments. So could I maybe do like a beach cover up top style, like just not a full beach cover up, but like a lacy something something. I don't think it's enough for that. It would be nice though. I would wear this. Definitely would. Yeah, no, I'm loving this. I need a better idea of what to make with it though. And I think maybe, like, if I wanted it more defined, or less stretchy, I could definitely go down in hook size more. But I think it's kind of okay as it is. I guess it depends on what it is. But as a garment, a drapey garment, perfect. Moonrose is back. Did you get a good rest? The yarn color goes well with my nails. There's a plenty of things that goes well with my nails. Like this one. This one. But this one also looks good with my hair. See? How good is that match? This match is perfectly awesome. A lace-like overshirt cardigan? Yeah, something like that. I just need more. Because, yeah, I'm on the fluffy side. Fluffy needs more. But yeah, if you're on the vertical stream, you do not see my face. If you're on the horizontal, you do see my face. And you might be able to tell that my hair is purple and blue. Therefore, this is awesome for my colors. Because purple is kind of me. And tealy greens are also very me. So yeah, that's just, you know, if you don't know, I have purple hair. At the moment, it's kind of light purple, but it's still purple and blue. It's actually more purple than it was yesterday, because I did put just like a color booster in. It's kind of just conditioner while I was washing my hair today. So it is a little bit more purple than yesterday. The socks knit up in a Fair Isle pattern with Buena Vista. Fair Isle. I've heard that so many times. I have no idea what it is though. But yeah, they look good together. So I have plenty of things just laying around me. Whips, yarns to swatch, yarns that wants to become something. I don't know what they want to become. I have a duck on the floor. Apparently it had escaped, but it was on the floor. We were talking about the duck yesterday. See? Purple with green. My colors. Very cute little rubber ducky. Should I just take one of my whips? Whips get cracking. How about my lava poncho? It's been a while since you saw it. Striped solids and patterned stripes. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay, so it's been a while since we saw lava poncho. But I did get more yarn for it. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to bump you guys. So now I have solid cakes for it. So I have 2 more of these each to make this big. I have no idea what color I'm supposed to be working on now. So let's see if I can untangle my mess here. or wherever I am at. Oh, both are at the same place. Awesome. I am supposed to switch to red. So, if you don't know, I have a little bit of a fascination for volcanoes. Especially volcanoes on Iceland, because it's just awesome. So the idea behind this poncho is volcano inspired. And if we're thinking about a snow-covered mountain peak, which this white here is, it's the white snow-covered peak. And then as you go down, you see more of the mountain. So we see this grayish color. And down at the bottom of the mountain, we have lava that has dried up. And freshly solidified, fancy words here, is black, right? But we also have fresh lava sipping down, because it's not a mountain, it's a volcano. So we have lava running down, hot yellow, and as it cools down, we're going down to the orange, and then it turns red before it solidifies and goes black. So that's the whole idea. So here we have the middle stream of lava flowing, just oozing down the mountain. And I have used 2 cakes of Sultan that changes color. So one cake is yellow through orange down to red, and the other one's white through yellow, or white through gray down to black. And what I now have is just black and red to just continue this to make it bigger, because it felt not big enough. So that's what we're doing. We're just making it bigger. And it's reversible. So we have this on one side, and it does look a bit different on the other side. We don't have the flowy line down on one side. It's kind of like squares. And the corners, because it's got four corners. It's a square neckline poncho. I think you can see it there. It's got four corners. So you could either wear it as a square neckline, or you can turn it to the side and have like this peak down, but then you get the peaks over your shoulder and a peak back down your back. So when you look at this corner here on this side, it's just this yellow seam, but on the other side, where it's yellow down to red, and when you flip it, you get the white and the gray corner instead. So yeah, this is what we're playing around with. And both yarns are attached, but I'm only working one yarn at the time. So let's see, what am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to use the red, and I also don't want to tangle myself here, so you can be over there for now. And yeah, okay. Yeah, I love the colors because it's lava. It's awesome. There's nothing going on Iceland at the moment. I haven't even checked in for a while, but we just had an eruption recently, so I am expecting silence for a few months now. It's going to be interesting to see if it is like some say that it's going to calm down, or if it's going to just continue in this cycle that has started. But it's definitely a very moody volcano that does whatever it feels like, so it feels very appropriate to nickname her Karen. I guess you could also say that this is like fire and ice inspired in a way, because, you know, snow-covered mountain, and then the fiery red, yellow, orangey. So, like, yeah, maybe like fire and ice as well. I might maybe not think straight away at ice with the black and gray, though. Unless it's dirty. So there's that. Dirty ice. Thanks everyone for the thumbs up. Really appreciate that. And since I do have 2 live streams, one vertical and one horizontal, you can actually put thumbs up on both of them if you feel generous. It feels so funny to use thin yarn and a 3.25 hook now after using the 10mm hook and double stranding and whatnot. Oh, this feels tiny. But it's like, yeah, no, we're back to where we belong, but it's just still, I really feel the difference. So much more comfortable for my hand though. What's you guys' favorite hook size? Favorite fiber type? Or like yarn thickness perhaps as well? What do you guys like? I do like my thin cotton and cotton acrylic blends. Definitely my go-to. Also, animal fiber sensitivity issues, so I stay far away from animals, or, well, animal fibers. Once in a while I do play around with some of the animal fibers, but very rare occasions. Needs to be very special yarn for special reasons. I want to say hand-dyed yarn in superwash merino, dyed by a fellow YouTuber that is pretty much very, very blind. She's legally blind. She has a very, very little sight, and she still dyes yarn. But this is superwash merino. Like, this is an exception to the rule. Like, when it comes to wool yarns, this is one that I actually tolerate better than others. Pure wool, really bad. Merino seems to be, you know, the kindest, or the less evil. But also superwash and like treated seems to be helping. I so far haven't reacted to this at all. Yes, this is my own pattern. So yeah, this is, I have done something in merino. I made a shawl for my grandma That was not super wash, but it was merino, and I tolerated, or maybe it was super wash, but I did feel a little bit from that one. This has also been dyed, so of course it's been like rinsed a couple of extra times compared to some other yarns. So maybe that's also helping. But yeah, alpaca, I can't uh, be close at all to alpaca. Worsted weight acrylic for fast donation projects. It sounds good though. You can make a lot of stuff for donations in a fast pace and help a lot of people at the same time. Yeah, that sounds great. I am happy that there's so many other yarns that I can choose from, so I'm not sad that I'm missing out on some, because there's plenty of yarns to be playing around with for me. More for you and that. You have over 1K Hobie points. You're gonna use points for yarns to try. I did get all the yarns from the point store that is non-animal fibers. And I made a mishmash sweater out of those and some of the yarns that at the moment was new. So I have like a swatchy sweater from, well, not the mini cottons or the fluffy chenille yarns, but all the other ones. At the moment though, when it comes to Hobie yarns or like just buying yarns, good night Suzanne, um, the prices on the Hobie website at the moment are not what they normally are, due to the whole situation with tariffs and whatnot. Also, there's issues with, well, there's a lot of shipping companies that doesn't ship to the US at the moment because of all the reasonings. Yeah, there's just too much going on and too many question marks to how things are going to work up. But I know that Hobie has calculated somehow into the prices. They've added the tariff pricing on it so that it's like prepaid and don't have to be paid as it reaches the US somehow. I don't know exactly how that is, but like the pricing looks ridiculously expensive now due to that it's like already calculated into everything. So I guess it's to get a little bit of a more like a better look at what the actual price is going to be. Instead of paying it when it gets to your customs, you get to pay it beforehand. But I don't know all of that because I know it's showing the same prices if you're in Canada, which it shouldn't because Canada don't have the tariffs. A lot going on. So due to all the uncertainties and also like, are they even going to get shipped, because some shipping companies are just not shipping unless it is letters. They have just paused everything but letters. with nothing in them, until everything just settles and they have a better clarity of actually how things are going to be. You found a cozy bear pattern. Oh, nice. Can I send a package to a friend in Scotland from the US? I actually don't know at the moment. I don't know how it works with shipping from the US. I just know that there's a lot of shipping companies that has stopped and packages, even just, you know, gifts, all packages are suspended, because they don't want to have stuff being shipped over, and then when it gets to the US, and whatever taxes and tariffs and whatnot is calculated, and the people receiving the package is like, no, I'm not going to pay that, and then they have to take it all back to whoever sent it. So I think that is an issue, that the prices are ridiculous, or the fees and whatnot. So since it's been like this, that, and whatnot, and there was something apparently with that you could send under a certain value, but that is no longer going to be the case. So I think that's what's causing all of this, because the tariffs and the fees are higher than the value of the items, which may make it not worth it. So buying from overseas, even though I love Hobbii and I do recommend purchasing Hobbii yarn, I don't know if I can recommend you to place an order at the moment because of everything going on right now. Because I know they do ship with PostNord, and PostNord has said that they're suspending package shipments. But it's only until stuff settles, till we actually know what the deal is. Because it feels like some things are changing from one week to the other, and that makes it tricky to figure out what's been, you know, how to deal with the stuff. Because I've seen in plenty of Facebook groups with, you know, Hobbii Facebook groups and just yarny Facebook groups about ordering from Hobbii and other yarn companies overseas. There's some yarn companies that have said that they've just they're not taking orders until this has calmed down. So not just shipping companies, but actual, you know, companies saying that they're suspending selling until it's calmed down. You find it a bit confusing? Oh, it's definitely confusing. What you've heard, companies in Europe who send stuff to the US have to collect the taxes and make the paperwork beforehand, yeah. Which is extra work. And also for like small businesses, it's a lot of extra work that they may not be able to like put on top of whatever they already have figured out works for them. So let's hope this calms down in the next few weeks and people know left, right, and center, because now no one knows anything. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about shipping from the US, only to the US. So I actually have no clue. There we go. If you figure something out about shipping from the US to Europe, let me know. Because now you got me curious, since I haven't heard anything about it. I've only heard about the packages going to US and not from. I guess it also depends on what company you ship with, because there's so many different options, right? You got UPS, USPS, FedEx, DHL. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if DHL ships to the US or if they're more of a thing here, because we also have Schenker, and I don't know if they're outside of Europe either. And there might be more that I don't even know about, but yeah, that's the ones that pops up. Because I'm guessing some of those might still deal with some type of shipping. You know, it as long as you pay for it, they're gonna send it, or someone's gonna do it, right? Or you're gonna make the cozies for your friend in Scotland, and send when you're ready to ship, and you're just gonna go to the post office and ask what to do. Maybe they've solved it by then. There's a lady you watch who professionally build museum model ships. She does a competition to win a kit, but the cost of shipping has put people off of entering. I can definitely imagine that. I totally get that. In the US, you refer to this as taco. Trump always chickens out. Well, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're not turning this political, but yeah, I'll. It's going to be interesting to see. Hello, Julie. Welcome in. I am making a poncho, and it is interlocking mosaic crochet technique. The pattern is my own, so there's no pattern for it, but it's four corner or four like a square neckline poncho that is reversible, but also you can use it as a V-neck or a square neckline, and it is lava inspired. So what we have is looking very similar on both sides, but we're going from this yellow and white to grays and oranges, and now we're at reds and blacks, and it's reversible. There's some variations from one side to the other, but it's really nice and squishy. Do you like to crochet? Do you crochet? If you are wondering who I might be talking to, and you don't see people talking in the chat, I have 2 live streams going. Both are on YouTube. One is vertical mode and one is horizontal, so the chat on the horizontal side is usually the more chatty side. And the vertical side is very handy because YouTube likes to share it out. So we find more new people through the vertical side, and then the horizontal is more fun to chat with the other people. So many options. I'm giving everyone plenty of options. On the horizontal side, you also get to see my face and more of everything. The vertical side has a very limited view of the camera. So, wide angle horizontal mode. It will be months from now, so you have to practice knitting first. You'd go through USPS. Well, let's hope that whenever you are ready to ship from the US to Scotland, that the whatever postal service has figured stuff out. By then, it should be fine, right? Fingers crossed. So what are you doing, Julie? Are you playing with some yarn at the moment, or just relaxing on the YouTubes? Will I be showing the stitch for people to know? Well, I have been showing it a little bit off and on when I've been doing these streams, but I probably should do a tutorial. Most of my crocheting on the YouTubes is, you know, hanging out, talking, and we learn as we go a little bit. So I don't have everything compiled nicely and edited and stuff. Maybe one day I'll get to do all this stuff I keep promising to do, like record tutorials of my own patterns and stuff. Maybe. Or write down the patterns. Also a possibility. I am terrible. But it is interlocking mosaic crochet, and I've actually never done this technique before I started to do this. So I was watching some YouTube tutorials, I made a swatch, and then here's the poncho. Just, you know, diving head first is what I did with this one. So I don't really know much about the technique. I learned enough to wing a pattern out of it. And in my case also, I was using yarn that changes color, so that was, you know, half of the battle already won when the yarn does half the work for you. Doing 2 different baby blankets, handbag for your granddaughter, and over 30 hats for babies at hospitals. So you are very busy. I also have mountains of whips. No, I don't have mountains of whips. That's Granny D. She has a mount to whip more. I am far away from that, but I have plenty of different projects at all times. I started this one April 1st, but I have been working on so many other things at the same time, so this is far from finished. I have 2 more of these cakes. 2 more black and 2 more red. So hopefully it's going to be a decent size at that point. But it's really thin yarn. 100 grams, 400 meters. That's 3.5 ounces, 437 yards of 2-weight yarn with 4 strands not twisted together. 100% cotton, and 3.25 millimeter crochet hook. So this is, come on now, this is the type of yarn. It's just 4 strands, not twisted. My favorite type of yarn, or one of my favorite, but yeah, thin yarns. You watch Instagram videos of a lady from Canada. She makes crochet statues. Mess Amis Toys. Doesn't ring a bell. Then again, I am not very active on Instagram. I don't even remember when I last posted a picture there. I want to say it might be maybe Mr. Cactus or Rita's poncho, the blue, white, and black one. Did I post that one? So I made that one. It was done around Christmas time, or like January, February-ish, maybe, something like that. When did I do Mr. Cactus? I don't even remember, but he's been around for some time. I did him this winter. It must be closer to a year soon. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Wearables, blankets, amigurumis. Not so much bags. And at the moment, not so many hats. I've done some hats in the past, but not that many. I've done so many shawls though, because that's just handy dandy for like on the bus type of project, like on the go, or like just not necessarily on the bus, but like in a car or out and about, bring to somewhere. When I crochet, do I like to make it? Yes, I don't like to weave in ends. That's for sure. That's also one of the reasons I do love these color changing yarn cakes that has like a lot of yardage, because I'm gonna get far before I have to switch colors. I also don't have to, or not switch colors, but like I don't have to do that. So I definitely try to avoid yarn tells and sewing for sure. I don't like sewing. I also don't knit, so I like to crochet, and I do like to optimize the time I get to crochet by not switching yarn colors, not cutting yarn if I don't have to. In this case, I didn't want to cut the yarn, and this technique allows me to not cut the yarn. I also wanted it reversible, so the regular mosaic crochet or like overlay mosaic crochet wouldn't cut it. So I had to learn this new mosaic crochet technique for that reason, which is working out perfectly. It's looking awesome. So I'm happy, right? I'm having too much fun just crocheting and having someone to talk to. I've so missed this the whole summer. Of course, I've had the kids to talk to and I've talked to other people, but I've missed the hanging out with the crocheting, talk about yarny stuff and all of that. So I am so happy that we're back to like more of normal life as it was before summer break and, kids out of school. Now I have me time again. Even though I should be in bed, like a bit ago. It's 2:20 a.m. and I am still sitting here just not feeling as tired as I probably should. I was up late yesterday though. We were hanging out for 6.5 hours yesterday. And it's only like 3 hours and change today, so I have some plans tomorrow, so I don't see myself coming to hang out tomorrow. And what is it? Tomorrow is Wednesday. Thursday is a possibility. Or during the day on Friday. Because Friday afternoon I get Mini-Me back home. And then I'll be gone for a week. And then we can hang out the week after again. So yeah, all good. So yeah, possibly some hangout on Thursday till late. But it's all good. Because I see more time to hang out just overall now, which is very nice. You woke at 8 a.m. and you turned over and dozed back off for an hour. That is nice when you can do that. Yeah, I've had some snoozing. Now when I don't have the kids, it's been a lot easier. Mini-Me isn't the one to really let me sleep in. Well, I can just get up and help her sort out the breakfast situation, and then I crawl down back into bed, but she keeps bugging me about getting out of bed, and yeah, so. But the apartment being very cold, it's very tempting to just crawl back into bed or just not get out of bed. That is, yeah, I'm not really happy about getting out of bed in the morning when it's cold. It's so nice and warm in bed. Just want to stay in. Is that weird? Is that wrong? I don't think so. It feels very reasonable to not want to get out of bed when it feels like there's polar bears walking by. It's not that cold. So what are your guys' plan? Are you going to do something interesting this week? Something fun? I have some cleaning that needs to be done. I know that much. But I think I'm going to get some of that done tomorrow, so that's nice. Have I ever heard about sixel designs? Yes, I have done some sixel design pattern. I don't remember what I did though, if I just tried it out. But yeah, I have played around a little bit with the six-hole design something something. I think it's like I wanted to try out because she has a little bit of a different how she reads or how she writes her patterns, and she has a couple of special stitches. So I know I wanted to try that. Um, a lot of skellies. She likes to do skellies. Halloweeny inspired, or I don't know if it's Halloweeny inspired, but yeah, a lot of spooky stuff. It's really cool. Speaking about spooky stuff, I have music in my ears. And I don't know what song this is. I just hear them singing about Hocus Pocus. Something spooky. This is the favorite project. Your favorite project that I have made. Well, I do love it. It's really nice and soft and drapey, and it's awesome in the colors and all that. It's turning out really good. I'm just a little bit bummed that it wasn't as big as I was hoping it would be with the yarn I had, so I had to order more yarn. Well, Rita got the yarn for me actually. Um, but I had to stop and wait for yarn, and it wasn't fun. I can't really tell what my favorite project would be because I've done so many things, but I am really enjoying this. Like there could be, a favorite color, favorite stitch, favorite wearable, favorite decor item. I don't know. There's so many categories that I could use, but I don't have like one specific favorite. I want to say Snaily is up high up on the list of things that's on favorites. Mr. Cactus also has I want to say a top 3 spot if we're talking about amigurumi type things. Godzilla is also high up on that list. But yeah, Snaily really is cool. It's been a while since we got Snaily out. Let's get Snaily out. Snaily is really pretty. I really like Snaily. Fluffy, squishy, pinky, whatever. Yeah, I barely see him on the vertical stream because it's just taking up the whole screen. Like on the vertical, you pretty much just see this between my hands. I can see both my hands on on the vertical. And on the horizontal, you see whole snaily. Yeah, I wish we could get back to like friend of the week and all of that fun stuff. So making something like snaily. Until next stream, I don't know. I've said it before. I do like snail, like the friends of the week. Crochet Halloween plans. No, I don't really have that, but I do have my pumpkins. I made pumpkins a few years ago. I guess these are as Halloweeny as we get. I got my trio of pumpkins. It's the same pattern of the leaves. I've just switched out like the hook size of the crochet hook size. The yarn is the same yarn in 3 different colors, and they're all matching each other. You can't really see. We have a purple pumpkin, but it's kind of disappearing on the desk. So we got, you know, white stem with purple, or silver, beige, whatever, with orange, and then orange with purple. So they match, but they're not. Yeah, it's, you know, three colors that's matchy in a way. So we got a little cute curly thingamabob. We got a leaf, and these stems are a bit different, and the yarn is sparkly. So I made a trio of pumpkins. A little bit different stem, same leaf, curly bit, sparkly pumpkin. And same with this one, just a larger hook, so this leaf is bigger and stretchier, curly bit, and a different shape of the stem. This one is thinner and has a little bend on it compared to the other ones. So, good night, Julie. Thank you for wanting to hang out. So yeah, we got pumpkins. That's as Halloweeny as I have it at the moment. I don't remember when I did these, but I want to say a bunch of years ago. Just putting a stitch marker in. I'm thinking maybe Thursday or Friday for a bit, but Friday would be a lot earlier than today. And if not, 2 weeks from now. So every other week is where I can hang out, since I have kids every other week, and it's only on my non-kid weeks that I hang out. Because kids are priority, and they have nothing to do on my YouTubes. YouTubes is only for crochet and yarn, so I keep them out. So when they're home, I don't stream, in case they wake up or whatnot, you know. Yes, I also like the scrap yarn basket. Yes, we need to work on the scrap basket. But now, you know, when summer is over, kids are back to school and all that, I have more time. We can start scheduling, which means schedule, more people be here. Scrap basket is community project. We all help out on the scrap basket, so we need to have people here for me to work on that, since you guys pick the color. I just crochet and you do half the work. We do it together. But I want to say that it's been an awesome evening, and 3.5 hours, it's awesome. Bed should be my next goal at the moment. I have some cleaning up in the kitchen to do still. And yeah. Wrapping it up here is awesome with pumpkins. Thanks for all the hanging out, all the chats, all the thumbs up. Hello Moonrose, you're still hanging out in the scrap basket. Awesome. Hope you have a great rest of your day. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Sweet dreams. Love you all. Hope to see you soon. Wait, we can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Hello. This is my face for those that hasn't seen it on the vertical side. This is me. I'm Amanda. And I'm the Scraptastic Crocheter that now should be in bed. It's 2:35 a.m. But it's been awesome. Thank you. Love you. Bye-bye.